What's up, everybody? Jensen Cummings here. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. Today is Best Served Podcast 365, and we are talking with Chef Mimi Lan of the Taste Curator on Clubhouse, and we're talking on food creators and what it's going to take to get more food creators, especially restaurant people, onto the Clubhouse app. Mimi, very special to us at Best Served, somebody who's been an absolute leader when it comes to Clubhouse, somebody who joined our team to help us evolve our presence on Clubhouse, to create amazing partnerships and collaborations with the likes of the James Beard Foundation, with the Culinary Institute of America, just great organizations that are really important to get more voices into the culinary narrative. You know, that is our entire mission. We're going to be talking about Clubhouse. We're going to talk a little bit about the struggles. We're going to talk about the platform itself and what's unique about it. We're going to talk about some of the opportunities that it creates. My number one goal for this, we have a very specific goal, is if you are out there, if you're a food creator, if you're a chef, you're a line cook, you're a bartender, you have a story to tell, we want you on Clubhouse. And Mimi is the personification of what it takes to get onto a new app, an emerging app like this. All right, let's bring Mimi in here. Mimi, good to see you.
Hi.
All right.
Chef Jensen?
I am very good. You and I have talked dozens and dozens and dozens of times over the last couple years, either on StreamYard, on the phone, on Clubhouse. This is the very first time we're recording anything on video, and I'm so honored that you've trusted us enough to get your story out there, because I think it really, really matters. So, as I mentioned, the first thing I want to touch on, so many of us come up with so many excuses why we're not going to get on any social media platform or tell our story, and Clubhouse being a new one. There's so many excuses. I don't have time for it. It's just another app. I don't believe in social media. I have stage fright or imposter syndrome. I don't believe anybody wants to hear my story. A lot of things hold us back. I'm interested for you, what maybe held you back at first? And then what was a breakthrough moment for you to get onto the Clubhouse app?
So Clubhouse came at the time, the perfect time, during the lockdown, when we all felt kind of isolated. We kind of, just create this human connection. And so when my daughter, who's in tech, told me about Clubhouse, and I joined, and I was just hooked right away. And I saw how it could help me improve my public speaking skills, which really sucked at the time. Like, I literally broke out in hives and just felt my voice was like breaking up and sweating. That's just something that I had to deal with all my life. And being a pop-up dinners where I had to go out into the dining room in between courses while I was cooking the dishes for my dinners and having to explain the history and the story behind each dish. I had to be good at this. I had to eliminate this stage fright. And so I got on Clubhouse and I began to raise my hand to speak. I would go to different rooms, and it was hard at first. But I mean, now I can tell you, I have no fear whatsoever. You can put me in any situation in front of anybody, and you can't shut me up now. So the fear of public speaking is real. And even if people say just be prepared, if you're well prepared for your topic, you can do fine. That is not true. I found that even though I knew the subject well, but because of the fear of public speaking, it prevented me from getting my information across. Like, I got tongue tied, and I just, everything came out wrong. So that was my goal, and I achieved that goal. The other goal I had was to grow my audience, my brand, to connect with more people. And I've been on Facebook and Instagram, all of those social medias for years. And I've never had the urge to want to connect with someone enough to want to pick up the phone and have a conversation with them. With Clubhouse, that happens daily. Like, I would meet phenomenal people, beautiful souls that I felt like, God, I can resonate with what they just shared on stage. I really wanted to get to know them better. And so I would message them. They messaged me back. Sometimes it doesn't amount to anything, just like real life relationships, right? And then
And all over the
sometimes,
world, Mimi, I think this was interesting when I look at your
yeah.
club, your rooms, the people that you've surrounded yourself with. They're
Mhm,
of all walks of life, all age ranges, all over the world, literally all over the world, right? So you have a club,
mhm,
Food is Religion, that was co-founded with Chef Rahan, who's in
mhm.
London, right? And so
Yeah.
just that, I think, is a very unique aspect where you can find like-minded people all over the world and be able to interact and engage with them, which I think is important. And just to put a bow in kind of the fear aspect of it, I
Mhm,
really appreciate you being so open about that. Once you and I connected, you were a
mhm,
pro already. So I was surprised when you told me that you had a lot of trepidation. I think so many people, especially cooks in the kitchen, we
mhm,
kind of like the anonymity of being able to hide in the kitchen a little bit. And so
mhm,
being out front is not necessarily what we wanted. So I can
mhm,
see that being something that a lot of cooks who might get on the platform are concerned about. Now, the platform. I
mhm,
want to touch on that a little bit. Very unique, just to give people the 12-second tour. You pick up your phone, you put on your earbuds, you hop into a room that is populated by other people who specifically want to talk about the topic theme of that room, and they
mhm,
last anywhere from 30 minutes. An hour is probably the most common, to some
mhm.
rooms are going 2 3 4 hours. There's marathons running the whole day. You can pop in, you can listen while you're at the gym, you don't have to interact, or you can jump on stage, quote unquote, and be able to raise your hand, jump into the conversation. And so that's an idea of what's happening on the app itself. It's in real
Mhm.
time. It's like live podcasting. Now, for you, you mentioned it. You've been on Facebook and Instagram and all the different platforms. And as I mentioned, sometimes we're just like, there's too many platforms. It's a waste of time. I don't believe in social media. I'm not here to like buy friends by, saying the popular thing. I think a lot of people in restaurants feel that. But for you, Clubhouse created a potential for one-on-one relationship. Talk about Clubhouse a little bit more and how you've been able to navigate the platform, the actual technology to be able to interact with people in a more meaningful way.
Well, I mean, there's really no blueprint of on how to navigate on Clubhouse. We'll all just kind of learn along the way. There are many, many, many rooms out there that um, are made to help people navigate on Clubhouse, like how to moderate better, tips on how to moderate like a pro, and all of those rooms are going on. And Clubhouse itself has their welcoming rooms that will walk you through the features. So the tools are out there. But the best way is just to go in there, raise your hand to speak, and just make mistakes along the way. It doesn't really matter. But just like in anything in life, the more you practice, the better you get at something. And let me tell you, any excuses or reason for you not to be on Clubhouse, I have gone through it. Whether it's like I don't need another app, my phone is maxed out on gigabytes now. I can't add another app,
No
or
more
I
storage.
don't I don't have time. I have enough friends already. I have a rich life. All of that. So, but once you get on the app, just out of curiosity and see what's going on, you will find yourself hooked to the fact that any time of the day, even when you can't sleep, because I'm a night owl, I have insomnia. And so
Mm,
sometimes I can't sleep. I get on Clubhouse and see what people are talking about. You can search on topics, you can search on clubs, you can search on what rooms, like let's say you feel like you want to talk about um, I don't know, mental health, or you want to talk about
yeah.
food, or you want to talk about travel. Any time of the day or night that you want to talk about any topic at all, you can search and then just instantly be in a room full of people that want to talk about the same thing as you.
Yeah.
So
Instantaneously, you can
instantaneous.
jump in on a conversation or an
Hmm.
education. Like I've learned a lot about West African cuisine, which then
Hmm.
led us to Zoe and Janya, who, wrote a Ghanaian cookbook, who's been on the show. Like
Hmm.
that was a real progression. Or mental health, amazing people like Hassel Avila is a great friend to Best Served as well, has done some work with the James Beard Foundation on that. In Food is Religion, another great example. Abby Miller, a young cook who is a
Hmm.
graduate from
Right.
the Culinary Institute of America. Let me connect these dots for you. Culinary Institute of America graduate, you and I collaborate. We do a room on Anthony Bourdain's new Roadrunner movie coming out, and we do a a room to homage Anthony Bourdain.
Right.
We connect with Culinary Institute of America, Dan Vin, and get a couple students who won the Anthony Bourdain namesake scholarship. Abby Miller comes in the room, had never spoken like that ever before, is so well spoken and inspiring and inspired, goes on to write articles and help us at Best Served, is now like working on and moderating mental health in the hospitality industry room on Clubhouse. Like this is a real, this is how it happens. You never know. She just thought, sure, my school asked me to talk about Anthony Bourdain scholarship for a minute. Okay, and it has changed her trajectory completely, and you and I are now in her lives. I was just texting with her. She texted me about a fish fry place in New York that she thought I had went to before. Like, that's amazing. Like, we now have a relationship because you sparked the conversation to start talking about Anthony Bourdain. People, that's how it happens. So amazing how that platform works. Now, you and I also collaborated, and Corey helped us with that on our team. So if you'll make sure and drop this into the comments as well, we have a little kind of how-to of how to get onto Clubhouse, because we felt like there was a need to understand that. So there are those resources, and resources created by fellow food people. So the excuses are done. People, there's no excuses. You need to get out there, and Clubhouse is a great way to unwind, to interact, to bring value, to learn something. So, and I appreciate the work that you've done on that front. Now, please go ahead.
You mentioned Chef Abby, and I wanted to add this because this is such a powerful story. So she was interviewing for a job, and this turned into a 3-hour conversation because the interviewer was very interested in the fact that she is leading a mental health room on Clubhouse because his brother committed suicide not too long ago. And so he was very sensitive to this. And he admired that so much, coming from someone who's still in her 20s, to take this on and do something about it. So, she started out just being on Clubhouse, wasn't sure about her ability to speak in front of audiences like me. And now she's just acing it. She is just a dynamo. So it can happen to anybody. And I don't know how many people I have helped navigating Clubhouse, because I've been there. I know what it was like you're just kind of like the blind trying to find your way. And it helped to have someone kind of help you through it. So I personally would be on the phone with you, walk you through it, have you create your profile quickly and get things rolling.
Yeah, Mimi's not even joking. You get on the app, you go follow the Taste Curator, Chef Mimi Lan, direct message, and Mimi will absolutely walk you through it, just like she's done with Abby, for sure. All right, I want to just take a quick couple minutes. Okay, I get it. I'll get over my fear. Oh, the platform sounds pretty interesting, unique. All right, maybe I'll download it, give it a shot. Please download it, give it a shot. But you've not just created these digital opportunities. You've had some really amazing opportunities happen. And so I want to just touch on that. First, I want the fact that you are on this app and you got to interview Andrew Zimmern and talk with him for an hour and really dig in his story. And he got to talk about some very personal things, talked about addiction, talked about family, things like that. What does that opportunity mean for you?
Oh my God, that remains to be one of the highlights of my Clubhouse time, to be able to interview someone like Chef Andrew Zimmern, whom I admire so much, just because of his talents and what he's done on TV, but also his personal story, inspirational story that he was so vulnerable in sharing. And we were just, you and I were the interviewers. Well, you were in one of the rooms that he was in as an audience.
I was nowhere near it.
Yes, Chef Rahan and I.
Yeah.
And I felt like we were just there having the platform, but Chef Zimmern could just take the show and run with it because he's such a talented speaker. He's so earnest and he has so much to share, and he's so relatable. So people were really drawn into every word that he said. I would never have had this opportunity if it hadn't been for Clubhouse. I I'm not like some celebrity chef that could have the right to interview someone like Zimmern, but here I was, opportunities like that. And also, I met Maria Campbell through you, Chef Jensen, in one of the rooms that you did. And she's the head of Cooks Who Care. And when she was working on a cookbook to raise funds for cookswhocare.org, because we met on Clubhouse. So she got me to be a part of it. And so I flew to Philly not too long ago and had the whole, videographer and photographer crew,
Yes, I saw
filming
pictures. That
me,
was so great
make it
to see.
happen. So that's just like, I'm going to be one of the chefs featured in her book. I mean, how amazing is that? I mean, the opportunities that came, I never could imagine. It's not something you can expect, like, okay, you join and this and this and that's going to happen. You
Right.
never know. It could be
Yep.
beyond your wildest dreams. Like things will happen. The gigs I got paid for, which is like mind boggling. Like, oh, I got paid for this and I didn't know that was going to happen. So
that is exactly it. Mimi, I can't tell you how excited I am to be able to have you on, to be able to express your story and the importance and the opportunity and the overcoming of struggle that you've been through to get to this point. You are absolutely something that we need to pay attention to in the hospitality industry, because there's real opportunity here, and clearly you're living it. So that is it. That's our time, people, with Mimi. Get on the app. Make sure you go and follow Food is Religion, Mimi's Club, as well as the Taste Curator, and just get out there, start interacting. So Mimi, really appreciate you being on.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, have a great rest of your day. Go get on Clubhouse. I'm sure something interesting is going on
Alrighty.
right now.
Thank you, Chef Jensen.
Cheers. All right, everyone, that's it for this episode. There's also, we did an interview for an article that Sophie is writing that is in the comments as well. So check that out. Get to know a little bit more about Chef Mimi Lan, her Vietnamese background, some great stories in there. Also some other clubs and people to follow on the app. And that is it. Best Served Podcast 365 with Chef Mimi Lan. Appreciate you all. Get on the app. Cheers.